Hi, my name is Marin Miller, and this is my final project presentation for CST-239. As far as the functional introduction goes for this project, we were supposed to have, first of all, a console app for a storefront that could hypothetically be part of a video game of some sort that a game user can interact with to view and buy game items for sale, so they should be able to view the details for each item, decide what they want, put it in their cart, remove it from their cart, check out, etc. And then also a console app that an admin can interact with to view and make modifications to the inventory of game items for sale while the game user is actively using the storefront app. So you should be able to, in the admin app, add a new saleable and get that to update within the storefront while the user is still using it. And you can also view the current inventory of the storefront through the admin app over networking. For the goals and design decisions, first of all, there should be networking to allow the admin app to run using the same inventory manager object as the storefront while the storefront is performing other tasks. So again, you should be able to add a new saleable to the inventory, and that change should be reflected in the storefront while the user is still interacting with it without them having to close and reopen it. There should be a file system to save and load information to and from both apps using JSON. That's pretty self-explanatory. Polymorphic saleable class to support multiple categories of items for sale using the same system, so you shouldn't have to be repeating code for different types of items. They should all function with the same code. And then JUnit testing for the saleable classes to ensure the code is bug-free. Some challenges I encountered, there's only 2 bullet points here, but they were both pretty significant. Separation of concerns and structure of my code, making sure all my logic is in the correct places. I struggled with this a lot and had to refactor a lot of my code, but I did kind of get the hang of it in the end, I think. And then flowcharting and getting ahead of myself. It took a while for me to learn that flowcharting is important, and I have a tendency to think I know what I'm doing and want to get the code done without the flowchart, and then I don't know what I'm doing, and I would have if I had used the flowcharts. As for pending bugs and issues, first of all, I'm missing handling of an exception that occurs, or several exceptions that occur if the user inputs non-integers in several places in the storefront, and I should have more comprehensive exception handling and error messages overall. Every exception, I think, is handled, except for this one, actually, but the error messages are kind of vague, and I could have done a little better there. Code to print saleables to the console is repeated in multiple places. This is in both the storefront and the admin app. I ideally should have used a 2-string override for the saleable itself, but I realized that a little too late and didn't have time to go change it. Ideally, I would want to be able to create new saleables in the admin app instead of requiring them to exist in a file beforehand. That's just something I didn't have time to do because it would have required a lot of menu or code for the menu in the admin app within the console, and I just didn't have the time. And then these last two you'll see in the other video I did for milestone 7, but in the admin app the command R always fails once after a command U, and I don't know why, but it does always work if you try it again, so it functions. I don't know why it does that, and I don't have time to really look into it. And then there's also a minor bug with displaying calculated doubles properly, where sometimes it'll have like a 99999 for the price you have that's calculated for like what's in your cart or how many dollars you have left. And then lastly, 5 things I learned. First of all, how to build and structure complex applications in Java with multiple classes and a variety of features. The last Java class I took, or Computer Programming 1, last summer, we didn't really do anything with multiple classes or this much interaction or this many features. 2, many new features of the Java language. I learned about generics, collections, framework, subclasses, interfaces, and networking for the first time. 3, using external libraries and frameworks with Java, like Jackson and JUnit. That was also my first time with that. 4, how to make use of the debugger and how valuable debugging can be. It really saved me within this project multiple times, and I hadn't really used it before. And then lastly, how valuable flowcharts and UMLs are in the planning process, and I can't skip them or save them for later. I learned this the hard way, as I already covered. Okay, I'm running out of time, so the next portion where I actually demonstrate the app will be in a separate video. I tried to do it with another video recording service, but it didn't really pan out, so sorry about that. See you in the next part. Okay, this is a continuation of the first video for the final project presentation. Again, I wasn't able to find a video recording software that would let me record up to 8 minutes, so I'm stuck with Loom and its 5-minute cap, so that's why it's in 2 parts. Sorry about that. I'm going to demonstrate the storefront in the admin app now. So I'll go through each of the options. We can view the store inventory, and you can see that it's from A to Z right now, and then I can resort it and view it again, and now it's Z to A, and then I can resort it again, and it'll get put back from A to Z. And I can also view the cart, but it's empty, and then I can add something to the cart. So I'm going to add 1 of number 1, and then I can view my cart, and you can see it's in there. And I can view the store inventory again, and you can see there's 2 in stock of number 1. And if I scroll back up, you can see that there were 3 in stock before, so it has been removed from the quantity in the store inventory. I can also remove items from my cart, so I can choose 1. I only want to remove 1 because I only have 1, and now my cart is empty. Oops. Okay, I'll add another 1. I'll get 1 of number 2. But you can see my cart just has that in it now, and the store inventory has the number 1 wooden sword again. If I add another thing to my cart, I'll add 1 of 1 again, and you can see that those are both in my cart now. Then I can choose empty cart, and everything in my cart will be removed. You can see there's nothing in there anymore. I can view the store inventory, everything's back in stock. I'll add something else again, number 5, I'll get 1 of those. And then I'm going to move over to the admin app. And you can see the connection has been made. And then I can view all saleables currently in the inventory, and you can see that this reflects what's currently in my cart and what's currently in the store. So if I go back over here, I can add another thing to my cart. I'll add 1 more of 1. And you can see I have 1 of 1 and 1 of 5, and I can go back and view again, and you can see that change has been reflected like this. And then I can add a new one using this file that I already have prepared that has a new saleable in JSON. That gets added. If I try to view it again, it has this bug where it always fails the first time, but it'll always work again. Don't know why that happens, but you can see that new item, this is number 6 right here, is in there now. And if I go back over to the storefront and view everything in the store, it's there too. And then I can add that to my cart. Number 6, get 5 of those, and I can check out. And it has been purchased successfully. I also forgot to shut down my admin app again, but I can shut that down. And now everything is shut down, and I can run the storefront again. Oops, that's the admin app. But I can run the storefront again. And you can see that all of my changes have been reflected. And I think that's it.